Hello, and welcome back to Second Bloom Journey. I'm so glad you're here because today we're going to talk about something deeply personal for me, my accent, and why I stopped apologizing for it at 45. For years, my accent felt like my weakness. One day, my son looked at me and said, "Mom, you don't know how to talk. Maybe that's why no one loved you, because they can't understand you." I can't describe how much that pierced my heart. Another time, an American friend laughed when I said I learned English by watching Friends and Sex and the City. But here's what they didn't understand: this voice, this accent, is the same one that sang Vietnamese lullabies to my children, the same one that negotiate deals, built friendships, and rebuilt an entire life from scratch in a new country. To erase my accent would be to erase my journey, and I won't do that. Some people think an accent means you're less intelligent, less capable, less professional. But here's the truth: an accent doesn't mean you don't know enough. It means you were brave enough to learn twice as much. Your accent is living proof that you stretched your brain, rewired your mind, and embraced a whole new culture while raising kids, working, surviving. That's not weakness, that's power. Over time, I realized my accent wasn't a limitation, it was part of my advantage. And I started to see my immigrant identity through three lenses. Lens number one, perspective. I bring a worldview that many people will never experience. Lens number two, resilience. I have to adapt, fall down, and rebuild more than once. Lens number three, adaptability. I can switch between cultures, language, and ways of thinking. That's the superpower in today's global world. Three strategies to own your differences. Number one, reframe your accent as proof of strength. Here's a mindset shift that changed my life. My accent doesn't mean I'm less. It means I was bold enough to learn a whole new language as an adult. So now, when people comment on my accent, I smile and say, "Yes, I speak two languages." That opens twice as many doors. The energy in the room shifts instantly. Suddenly, it's not limitation, it's evidence of capability. Strategy number two, use cultural knowledge as a marketable skill. Your background is professional capital. Don't downplay it. In interview or networking, don't just say, "I'm from this country." Say, "My bilingual perspective helps me connect with both immigrant and American communities, which allowed me to build deeper client relationships." When I started framing my culture this way, people didn't just accept it, they valued it. Strategy number three, practice confidence communication. Confidence doesn't mean erasing your accent, it means owning your delivery. I used to speak too fast because I was nervous. But then I noticed that the most powerful speakers, even native ones, speak slowly, pause for effect, and give space for their words. So I slowed down. I started recording myself. I joined Toastmaster to practice. And suddenly, people not only understood me better, they started seeing me as more thoughtful and authoritative. Okay, let's do a quick mindset shift exercise together. If you can, grab a pen and a paper because I want you to actually write this down. Think about three ways your accent or cultural background has helped you in real life, not just in theory, real examples. Let me share mine. First, speaking two languages opened up opportunities between Vietnam and America. That's actually how I co-founded a company in renewable energies consulting. I could see the bridge between the two worlds that other couldn't. Second, my accent and cultural background shapes my kids' worldview. They grew up appreciating different perspectives and made them more empathetic and globally minded than many of their peers. And third, my accent helps me connect with people from all kinds of backgrounds. They feel my empathy. They know I understand their journey, their fears, their hopes, and that builds trust. Now, it's your turn. Think about a moment when your background helped you spot an opportunity, or when being bilingual opened a door, or when your unique perspective made a situation better. Write those moments down and keep them where you can see them, because when that voice of doubt creeps in, you'll have the proof your lived experience is not a weakness, it's your advantage. Here's your challenge for this week. Day 1 and 2. Introduce yourself proudly in 3 different settings. Include your background. This could be at work, your kids' school, or at a coffee shop. Anyway, but here's the key. Include something about your background in your introductions, not apologetically, but proudly. For example, hi, I'm Thuy. I moved here from Vietnam 17 years ago, and I'm now working as an executive business partner. Day 3 and 4, share a cultural tradition with someone new. Maybe it's a holiday celebration, a family recipe, a business custom from your home country. The goal is to start seeing your cultural knowledge as something valuable to share, not something to hide. Day 5, this is a big one. Record a 1-minute video of yourself talking about something you're passionate about. Watch it back and focus on your strength, not your flaws. Notice the passions in your voice, the unique way you express ideas, the authenticity that comes through. Day 6 and 7, practice your power response. Yes, I speak multiple languages, or I bring a global perspective. The goal of this challenge isn't to become someone different. It's to become more confidently yourself, because the world needs your voice, your perspective, your unique combinations of experience. Let me share with you this. Your accent is not a weakness. It's your badge of courage. Your cultural background isn't holding you back. It's setting you apart. You represent resilience. You represent courage. You represent wisdom. So the next time you feel like apologizing for your accent, stop, smile, and remember, this voice of yours is proof of a life lived fully and bravely. Next week, I will be sharing how to reinvent your career after 40. Even if you've been out of the workforce for years, you don't want to miss it. And please, if you know another immigrant woman struggling with her voice, share this video with her, because when one of us rises, we all rise. Your voice matters, your story matters, and your accent is your superpower. Remember, your second bloom starts when you see your differences as your strength.